This is Naomi Calistro, and these are my audience members for my speech on um, light bulbs and their energy efficiency. So I will turn the camera over to the audience. And okay, light bulbs have come a long way since Thomas Edison made history in 1879 with the invention of the light bulb. Everyone is familiar with traditional light bulbs that you see in a cartoon above somebody's head when they have a bright idea. Those would be an incandescent bulb, which is our traditional light bulbs that we're all used to, right? A CFL bulb we're all familiar with because these have replaced most of the incandescent bulbs in our households today. Now I want to tell you today about how replacing traditional incandescent bulbs with CFLs or LEDs could reduce both your electric bill as well as replacement costs. Everyone is looking for ways to reduce their monthly expenses, and here in Hawaii, our utility bill is one of our most expensive costs for our utilities. The information I'm going to share with you today may be just the remedy for that cost that we're all looking to reduce. There are, however, some hazards associated with CFLs and mercury content, and I will share those with you later. Tonight I would like to share with you the latest information on alternatives to traditional incandescent bulbs. I'm going to talk about types of bulbs and their lifespans. I advise you of the hazards of certain bulbs as well as the energy efficiency of the new bulbs out there on the market. Let me explain different types of bulbs. Now, the way that an incandescent bulb works is there's a filament inside of here. It warms up, gets white hot, and that's what produces the light. Okay? CFL bulbs and these are actually the same as a fluorescent bulb like you see in a light fixture, just a different shape. So, contain a gas that produces visible ultraviolet light. When the gas is excited by electricity, the UV light hits the white coating inside the fluorescent tube and changes it into light that you can see. So that's how those work. Now LEDs they have no filament, and they create light using the movement of electricity along the path of the semiconductor, creating electromagnetic radiation, and that's how that produces light. Now, lifespan of CFLs and LEDs compared to incandescents is a big shift, and that's what people are excited about, and that's how you save energy and electricity costs. CFLs last 10 times as long as incandescents, okay? LEDs last 10 times as long as CFLs. So, LED has a typical lifespan of 100,000 hours or 11 years on this one bulb. Okay. A typical incandescent bulb lasts about 1,500 hours. So you can see the difference in efficiency. Now, watts is where you get your energy drained from. This is a 60-watt bulb. What is a watt, you may be wondering. A watt is derived unit of power. The unit measures the rate of energy conversion. When a light bulb with a power rating of 100 watts is turned on for 1 hour, you use 100 watt hours. The same amount of energy would light a 40-watt bulb for 2.5 hours or a 50-watt bulb for 2 hours. So replacing a 60-watt incandescent with a 13-watt CFL can save $30 over the life of the bulb. So just think about how your electric bill would change if a 60-watt bulb was replaced with a 6-watt bulb. Okay? If you're saving energy by using CFLs or LEDs, you're drawing less electricity from the grid. This reduces the amount of coal we have to burn, which then reduces greenhouse gases. And LEDs, by the way, are also completely recyclable. So you could throw this in the dump and it's not going to harm the environment at all. we'll get into the hazards and that kind of thing with CFLs in a minute here. So hopefully you're beginning to see the benefits of energy efficient lighting. The final word to the wise is the hazards of CFLs, which I said that I would share with you later, right? A broken CFL bulb can expose a person to mercury. A tiny bit of solid mercury powder can also be released when you break this. So, if a CFL bulb breaks, the Environmental Protection Agency makes specific recommendations. You're supposed to wear rubber gloves when you clean it up. You're supposed to ventilate the room for 15 minutes. Everybody's supposed to leave. You're not supposed to use a vacuum because you don't want to suck the mercury into something that you may use later. And you put it in a plastic bag, you seal it up, and you throw it away. So this vapor can not only be released when this breaks, but if this ever burnt out and you put it in a bag and it breaks in the bag and that goes into the landfill, then you're gonna have problems, right? So that is a factor. They have something now at Home Depot where you can actually take your CFL bulbs in to them and they will dispose of it properly. Heat is another hazard in certain lighting. You know how hot a regular light bulb gets, right? 90% of the energy coming out of this bulb goes into the heat of the bulb. Only 10% is actually used to make the light. The rest is coming out in heat. So these are pretty dangerous for skin as well as curtains. CFLs are not supposed to be used in recessed lighting. That's one thing you should know. Because they get hot, and if they're in a recessed lighting fixture, they can start a fire. I hope the information I shared with you today on the types of bulbs, their lifespans, and benefits to your electric bill may have given you a better understanding of the different type of bulbs that are out there on the market. Explaining risk associated with certain bulbs may prove to be of valuable information later if you have a bulb that breaks or that kind of thing. This information could be useful in reducing your electric bill as well as saving you that burnout light bulb as the new bulbs last practically forever. Hopefully this will help you make an informed decision the next time a light bulb needs to be replaced. That concludes my speech. Any questions?
What is a recessed fixture?
Recessed fixture would be like a bulb that's behind up in something or has a light fixture covering it up against a wall or under a cabinet or something like that where there's not a lot of ventilation.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? No?
I'm gonna turn on those lights.
I'm gonna know. The big shebang is the end. Now, if you look here, these lights are not only, this is a 12-volt battery, right? So, this battery is powering these lights, all of these, okay?
Ooh.
And these are your regular 120. So these could go into any fixture just like you would have at home. Ta-da!